What a headshot! What a head!
How's it, guys? This is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. And on this video, I'll be taking you through my transfer plan for the upcoming Game Week 17. So you might be wondering, why are we getting a Sunday upload? Well, the fact of the matter is I'm actually flying on holiday in a few hours' time, and therefore I have to get this video out as soon as possible. So yes, I'm actually recording this on Sunday morning before the games have concluded. So I'll go through a quick recap of how Game Week 16 is currently going before talking about Game Week 17. Now, even though I live in Africa, don't worry, I'm not going to a place with no internet connection. I will have access to Twitter and Discord and all that good stuff. So although I might not be posting kind of videos throughout the week or doing a deadline stream, I'll keep you guys updated on the progress of the squad. So recommendation, go follow those links in the description, join the Twitter page as well as the Discord server. Preferably both of them, as on Discord you guys can ask your questions about your own teams, and then you guys can get my updates over on Twitter for my squad. So I do apologize, but I guess this is what it is. When you work as well as do YouTube, I have to take the time that I am afforded. And I'll be back for Game Week 18 onwards and covering that festive period to the best of my ability. So thank you for you guys' patience, but don't worry, the content is still going to be flowing as mentioned through the upcoming game weeks. Just Game Week 17 while I'm taking a break. But getting back to this video, as mentioned, quick recap of how Game Week 16 is currently going, and the Game Week 17 plan is pretty concrete as long as everything goes to plan. A reminder here that the League Cup games will be happening this midweek, so make sure your players don't get injured, and I guess you can monitor for kind of minutes. So if you guys want to see my transfer plan / team selection for the upcoming Game Week 17, sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So at the moment, Game Week 16 has reached its midway point. We have Sunday fixtures, I think 4 games today, as well as the Monday night fixture, and I still have 4 players yet to feature. So because it's so early in the game week, I can't really judge if this is going to be a green or a red arrow, and therefore I've gone for the orange color, and this week I've scored 31 points currently. That has seen a drop in rank to 48k, a very slight 7k drop, but I guess let's see what happens today and tomorrow with our captain still to feature. Now, although only some of my players have featured, a ton to talk about, let's start off on the bench though, where Greaves didn't feature. So don't really know what to do here. It seems like Ipswich are playing pretty well without him in the squad, so he might actually be out of the squad for the future game weeks, which is not super optimal as I might need him as defensive coverage. Otherwise, all my other players haven't featured, but big kind of talking point was Enzo into the squad. I used 3 of my 3 free transfers. So Enzo over Rodgers I had to go from, as I couldn't afford Rodgers, with the transfer plan that I opted for. Now I could have actually played him in my starting 11, so let's see what happens today in that Brentford game. We'll be quite gutted if he actually does score a lot of points. Otherwise, the Lotman City, tough game, and Fabianski has Bournemouth. I made a goalkeeper switch to Raya this game week. So a lot of talking point in my deadline stream, should I go for Alisson or Raya? I went for Raya to cover that Everton game, and that netted me 5 extra points. So as you guys know, Raya kept a clean sheet, a boring 6-pointer, that I'll definitely be taking it, after having Flecken and Fabianski for so many game weeks. Now Alisson unfortunately conceded 2 goals, also went down to 10 men, and therefore I think he ended up on 1 point. So as of now, that does look pretty strong, and with Game Week 17's fixture even looking better, pretty happy that I went for Raya as defensive coverage. The king of the Arsenal defense is definitely Gabriel though, a massive 9-pointer. Back in the squad, clean sheet plus 3 bonus points. And this was thanks to Pickford picking up a yellow card for time wasting, but I'll definitely be taking these points to the bank. We did have news in the deadline stream that apparently he travelled with the squad, so I was pretty confident of a start. So quite happy that I held on to him and at least didn't bench him. Then the new player introduced into our defense, Trent Alexander-Arnold, wasn't expecting him to go down to 10 men, but they did concede before that even. And I did consider this to be quite a tough game for Liverpool as Fulham have been playing pretty well. I went for Trent though, upcoming double potentially in Game Week 24 for Liverpool, and I thought it was a good time to jump on the bandwagon with my defense needing a transfer. Quite happy overall how this went, as I do have Trent for the future game weeks. Let's hope he can get on some attacking threat, or at least keep a few defensive returns. Now speaking about attacking plus defensive returns, one player that knows nothing about those is Aït-Nouri, and he finished on -2. So if you guys don't know the story, what happened is Aït-Nouri got a yellow card, also conceded in the fixture, then got a second yellow card after the whistle for fighting. So yes, the game had actually ended, but he still got a red card. So now not only is he disappointing in the fixture, he's disappointing after the game. So those -2 points are super bad. I mean, I thought the 0 pointers were as bad as it was going to get, but no, he takes this one step further. So now he got a yellow card, so he'll be suspended for one fixture. Now with the red card, it's another fixture, but thankfully I'm going to be taking him out this game week. So you guys can use this video if you want to as a dislike button for Aït-Nouri. Just press the like button though instead of the dislike button. So overall the Arsenal defense kind of carrying our defensive department quite a bit, but quite happy with the Raya over Alisson move. Now midfield department starting with Salah had a relatively kind of quiet game, would expect that with 10 men though, but was super attacking off that right wing. I think he burned Robinson quite a few times to put up a good performance, but only the one assist at the end of the day. Liverpool though at the moment are simply ridiculous. I mean, Fulham were time wasting with the draw against 10 men at the end of the fixture, which tells you all you need to know about how good this team has been. Now Salah had a few opportunities, definitely could have had a goal at the end of this one. It's a little bit unlucky for you owners, especially with the 10 men. As you guys can see though, I didn't captain Salah, so I'm pretty happy with that decision. Let's hope my captain doesn't end up blanking. Now Saka also ended up blanking, got the clean sheet point though for a 3-pointer. That game against Everton was a little bit of a tough one. Now shout out to my Ultimate Guide videos, because if you guys do watch them, you'll know that Everton's defense has been good, and unfortunately Saka and Arsenal couldn't break them down. So you guys did go for the Cam C. I guess this is unlucky, but I did think that Salah and Palmer were better options. You guys just have to choose between them. Now finally up front we've got Cunha with a massive 9-pointer, got the only goal for Wolves. Now super happy about this because a popular move was kind of Cunha to Isaac. That would have netted you 2 extra points, and depending on what happens with his ban, could actually be worth it. So I'm regretting slightly going for Trent over Isaac in terms of my preference, but because Cunha got 9 points, I'm just hoping he plays next week. If you guys haven't seen the news, what happened basically is that Cunha removed one of the Ipswich coaching staff's glasses. I think he was going to proceed to clean them and do a good deed, but only like, if the Premier League is going to see it that way. So like Aït-Nouri, he was part of those fights after the fixture. Don't even know if it was between the players, coaches, opposition or the same team. But as mentioned, hope that he doesn't get banned, as that'll put a massive dent in our forward department. But pretty happy with his 9-pointer. Now we still have 4 players still to feature plus our captain. That's going to be Cole Palmer against Brentford. Also have Jackson in that fixture. Now Jackson has to match Isaac, hopefully. If he gets more than that, that'll simply be outstanding. But a lot of pressure on him this week. Now we did see Nkunku not potentially training with Chelsea towards the end of the week, so Jackson should be nailed, and I hope he gets the majority of minutes. But as my captain and I own the forward, I'm just hoping that Chelsea score a ton of goals. Fingers crossed. Then Semenyo and João Pedro do play each other on Monday evening, so unfortunately I'll be waiting till about Tuesday to post the updated rank. Make sure that you guys follow me on Twitter for that. But with these 4 players to feature, I'm just hoping for a nice little green arrow. They're getting more important as the game weeks go on. But you guys can let me know how your game week is going, how many points you're currently on, what's the game week rank looking like. As you're watching this video though, I think the Sunday games have concluded. I'll be posting the updated rank probably Monday evening or on Tuesday, and that'll be over on my Twitter page. But now let's go on to the Game Week 17 team selection, and with no transfers made, 1 free transfer and 0.2 in the bank, we definitely will be using the transfer this week though. So I'm going to run through the team quite quickly as I do in the transfer plans, just because we're so early on in the week. But this will be the team come that Game Week 17 deadline if everything goes to plan. So on the bench, I've got Fabianski against Brighton, Semenyo against United. Does provide some coverage if there is some rotation though. Then Dalot against Bournemouth. Because I am benching Semenyo, I guess I could play Dalot, but currently prefer my other defenders. Then Greaves against Newcastle. He probably won't even play in the squad, as Ipswich have been playing well without him. Then our new goalkeeper, going to start him, Raya, pretty confident in a clean sheet here, alongside Gabriel, who has the same fixture. Now Trent does play Spurs, which is a little bit of a tougher game, probably expect us to concede, especially with that kind of Robertson red card. There's no natural left back. Unless Tsimikas makes a miraculous recovery, it might be Kwanzaa or Joe Gomez, and I'm not super confident in either of those 2 players. Now you might be wondering why Aït-Nouri's here. Well, I'll be taking him out this week definitely, and if I bring him to replace him, probably will be starting in the starting 11. So no, I'm not kind of crazy. I guess the lot could come off the bench, but I do prefer to make a transfer. Now midfield department will be dominated by Chelsea once again. Enzo brought him in last week, will be playing him, and also be going for the Kamsi on Cole Palmer. So although Everton just kept Arsenal to a clean sheet, I'm hoping that Chelsea can break them down, and I'm relying on 2 midfielders in this slot. Then Salah against Spurs could also be a Kamsi consideration. They've conceded a ton and don't have the best defensive pairings. A lot of injuries unfortunately for them as well. So between Salah and Palmer it's quite close, but once again I'm putting all my eggs in one basket and kind of playing the odds here and hope that Chelsea absolutely do well. Then Saka against Crystal Palace, also a pretty strong fixture, but like in the ultimate guides, Palace have improved, but you could also go for Kamsi on him if you want to. Then our front line, this could be an absolute disaster. If Cunha gets banned, that's going to be tragic, as he has Leicester away, which is a great game. Between Leicester and Ipswich, definitely the better of the 2 fixtures. I just hope he doesn't get banned, as I really want him in my squad. Then it could go from bad to worse if Jackson picks up a yellow card today. He therefore will miss Everton away, but I guess I could play Semenyo. So fingers crossed we don't get a ban plus a yellow card, otherwise our forward department will completely fail. Finally, João Pedro against West Ham. Great fixture, but with the way things going, I'm expecting him to probably get injured. Just been one of those game weeks. But obviously hope that he is fit. This is a great game on the cards. Let's just see what happens. But as you guys can see, the team overall does look pretty solid. Nori is a definite transfer out though. And I'm just hoping for no bans, yellow cards or injuries in the League Cup. Let me know what your early transfer plans are going into Game Week 17. Any moves that you guys have already made. Now the transfer plan is pretty kind of self-explanatory. I spoke about Nori and needing a replacement. And I'm looking at Robinson from Fulham. So a little bit knee-jerk after his 2 assists against Liverpool, but he has great fixtures coming up. That Southampton at home game should be absolutely outstanding, then as Chelsea, which is a little bit annoying, but a sea of green after that. They also come in at the same price point, so a very easy switch, and this transfer almost looks locked in, so if Robinson rises in price, I'll be pressing the button. Now the replacements, Lewis Hall, Colwell from Chelsea, they're all good selections. I do prefer Robinson for the medium term with these good fixtures. Another transfer out could potentially be Cunha if he is banned for a long time. I'm just hoping he's not, as he has Leicester away. Now in a few game weeks time I probably would take him out anyways, but I want this Leicester game, as they've been shipping a ton of goals under the new manager. But I don't really have any context at the moment. As mentioned, I see it as a good deed of simply removing glasses and cleaning them, but I don't think the Premier League will see the same. Some players have been banned for this, some players haven't. It's not super consistent. Fingers crossed though, he does play Game Week 17. Now if I was to take him out, I probably would go for a Chris Wood, but I would simply just bench him probably for Semenyo, as this will be for a -4 hit and I don't exactly know if I want to do that. But let's say that Jackson does get injured or does get kind of suspended with a yellow card. I could also take Jackson to Isaac if I find the funds, and if Jackson does get suspended, I might be forced to make a transfer or a hit. Let's see what happens though. As mentioned, games coming up today, tomorrow, as well as the League Cup midweek. But if everything goes to plan, only 1 free transfer on Nori out. Let me know your transfer plans in the comments down below, what moves you guys are making, and good luck for the rest of Game Week 16 as well as Game Week 17. Follow me over on Twitter if you guys want the updates of my squad, or join the Discord server, link in the description. This is basically a wrap for the video guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please don't forget to like if you did and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. No videos or deadline stream for Game Week 17. See you guys back for Game Week 18. For the time being, I'm signing off. It's been Dayvy FPL and I'm out. Cheers, bye.